Hello, and welcome to my sketchbook tour. I've carried this little sketchbook around with me for about 3 months, and I've filled up every page. Well, as you can see, not every page. I had some reservation on drawing on both sides. I know it'll look prettier that way, but because this is centered around my Beyond Boy comic, just even half of this sketchbook has a lot of information that I need to be able to digest first before going any further. So I guess you could say this is like a half sketchbook tour. I don't know. To me, it's pretty complete because what I plan to do is literally have a sticky note for every page and kind of just like, digest or, write out some information about what exactly is going on. I have the who, what, when, where, and why, how questions to answer, but that'll be in my own free time. For now, I just thought it'd be nice to document what I have so far. I'll start off with the first page. This page taught me to really value white space. I started to doodle all around here, and by the time I got to the hearts, I was like, what have I done? I actually regretted it, and I tried to commit by like continuing to fill out the white space, but in the end I ended up just not really liking it. So this page is a reminder to actually value white space. Because believe me, when it was just my characters, it was actually a really nice page. But I thought I could make it even more better, special, if I doodled in some accents. However, these accents are completely burying my characters, so I keep this around to take note, or to at least remember. All right. Oh yeah. Some of the pages will have dates at the bottom. I imagine you have eyes. You can read that, so I'm not going to point it out. This page is... I was looking up images of Dalmatians because I realized I had never drawn dogs before. So this is more like a study of how to draw dogs. And this is where I managed to design the white space really nice, right? Because I've got spots all over this page, and it does not eat up the subject. It's actually a very nice layout. So that's how you do white space. You know what I'm saying? Okay. This is a little mini comic that I had kind of in the moment. I myself was having kind of like a little bit of anxiety, so I kind of just projected it onto my characters. And I just wanted to be able to write out how it's gonna be just fine. Like my anxiety does talk to me more often than I would like for it to. This is a page my friend Tiana drew. It came out really nice. I was actually so inspired when I saw this. I was like, wow, the penmanship, damn. And I knew I couldn't copy it verbatim, so I kind of just was like, okay, well, if I'm gonna copy it and butcher it, might as well fucking, I might as well like it, So this is what I just did my own version. And this is when I start kind of writing in my sketchbook. I have not written any words so far besides in the sense that I was writing the comic. So I come to find later that I actually don't like doing this. Here I was brainstorming some more characters for Beyond Boy. The two new ones being this girl and this girl, which I don't give them names. I just wrote down the comic because I still don't know if I'm going to include them, but it was nice in the moment. Oh yeah, here's where I backed out from trying to draw on the other side. Because as you can see, I don't know if you can tell, or if you just know, that when you write on paper, it creates kind of like this vein at the opposite side of it, just because it's the pen pushing into the paper. And I thought about that. Like, if I drew back and forth on here, the veins are just gonna pop out on both pages, and I don't know if I like that. In my past experience, I feel like I have not liked that before. So even I caught myself beforehand, like to not do it. I was about to. Anyway, this is just another page. My inspiration was men at work. I was trying to give my characters part-time jobs, or jobs in general. And here's the lineup. Yeah. I think this is the only page that has color in it. Everything else is like pure pen or pencil. And this is just me playing around with some markers I think I had bought that were either new or that was in storage and it felt new. Because, it was in storage, so I hadn't used it like how I wanted to. Anyway. Yeah, this is me trying to figure out how I think of each character as how they relate to each other. So this is original line of thinking. Like, if I think of this guy, then I think of him. If I think of him, I think of here. And then if I think of him, I think of him. If I think of her, I think of her. Then I think, that's how it goes. I regret this page a lot. I regret this spread. Actually, this sticky note was kind of like, I was trying to freaking, this is kind of where the sticky note idea comes in. It's upside down just because I don't want to read it every time I open it, but this is the moment when I realized I don't like writing in this. And then I wrote some more. This was me trying to visualize what show they're going to be based off of and what the vibe is from a specific album. Literally, what's the vibe? So yeah, these first two characters are supposed to be the main characters of Impossible Girl. But I never fucking did it. And then these two characters are the main characters for Beyond Boy. So this is where the real comic happens. Impossible Girl was more like an experiment to lay the foundation for Beyond Boy. And then I have my two gay characters. Well, actually 4 gay characters. It's I got boy and boy and girl. So I was trying to include them as well. And then this is a dream I had. Oh, you see, when I said I wouldn't write in here, I think I really meant like, I'm not going to write down only words. This is words and images. So this is where it worked out real nice for me. And I value white space, as you can tell. What the fuck is her name? I forgot her name. Yumi. I freaking love Yumi, dude. Yeah, I love this page. This is where text was actually really helpful because I was able to take inspiration from my dream page and kind of apply the same template to here. And it continues on into the next page. And I think this is how my comic is going to end up coming out, where I'll have bubbles of words and boxes of characters. I mean, that's what all comics are. Fuck. Gotta make shit so complicated. And here we have Nika. She's my Lolita character. She takes after me. Oh yeah, buddy, here we go. We're in February. My astronomy class has just kickstarted. And because I like to imagine myself as a college student, well, technically I still am, right? Because I'm taking a college class, so I'm technically am a college student. I tried to just think back to what it would be like to be a hardcore studying, And, I've done this too, where I've typed on my laptop, wrote down and listened to lectures and whatnot from the day into the night. Oh man, yeah. Me and my partner had went on a date, and so I just projected my characters onto a similar setting. And I couldn't think of a good punchline because in the moment I was trying to like, I think I was on the bus and I was just like sitting there for like 15 minutes not knowing how to finish this. So I just put girl, he was dumb as hell, you know. Um, that's probably gonna change later. So yeah, I would have my sticky note here with maybe like a little note to like change the situation a little bit. And then this is a dumb idea I had when I was on the airplane. This is when I first actually start using pencil. Um, I end up realizing that I have multiple instruments to use besides pen. I got pencil, I got markers. Oh yeah, and this is where pencil really shines because the freaking glide on the paper is so different. And the expressions that the line weights, or I mean the lines make themselves, it's like this is what art really means, you know? You know what I'm saying? This page is incomplete, but honestly, why am I gonna add more? Just leave it alone. If anything, this is the moment. That's what makes this page worth it. Um, if you need help understanding what this is, I was just behind a car in an Uber. Like this is the driver. This is the driver's seat, and I was trying to figure out like how the car would look. I was in the dark, okay? Um, and I drew Tenchi. This is Tenchi, by the way. This character. Yeah, her name is Tenchi. I took the Japanese word for angel because her original concept was that she was like an angel, but I didn't feel like giving her the name angel. I'm like, what's a step removed from that? I can't use Angel. So I use Tenchi. And Tenchi has a lover. His name is Joaquin. This is him. And this is Marshall. If you can't tell, that's my partner. I inserted him into the page. Oh, I don't know if I should be explaining this, but like when I draw their noses, I do like a loop. I don't do a sharp point because I don't know, I want it to be different. Hell yeah, baby. We got more people at work. This time I include the ladies. My top 3 ladies is Pikul or Pikul, Glim, and Tenchi. Then I got the boys down here. This one's my favorite because my partner actually gave him this job when I was showing my partner my sketches. And this is Eliseo. When he first saw Eliseo, he was like, why does he look like he work at Chipotle? And I was laughing my ass off. I was like, oh my god, that'd be perfect. So that kind of just stuck. And this is me kind of just trying to do some self-reflecting because honestly, I've had these characters since like 2020, and I have not done shit with them. We're in the year of our Lord 2023. I've had these characters for 3 years, and I ain't do shit. So this whole sketchbook is my real hardcore attempt at to trying to condense a lot of information and figure out how I'm gonna, or figure out what exactly I'm gonna write. Because I got all these ideas floating around, and I don't know what's, yeah. Gotta get organized, man. This page was me trying to think of cover art for the comic, and I actually don't really like it. Not that I forced myself to, but I kind of did at the same time. I would kind of force myself to be like, okay, well, if you gotta draw bodies, draw bodies. But yeah, this is not my strong suit. If you can't tell, I've been drawing them from like the waist up. You know, there's no legs, there's no, well, I mean, you know, sometimes, but this is when I learned to not force myself. If I have to draw something, then clearly I need to like drop it. Because if I get something like this, then it's like, I can't stand behind it. You know what I mean? Oh, and then I had another dream! Let me tell you. I literally, I shit you not, I had a dream about Pikul, and Eliseo. And in my dream, you know, I kind of write it down here because I projected it onto Pikul where she had the dream instead. And that's why she says, I had a dream about you. And he's like, huh? But like, I had a dream. Okay, anyway. Long story short, he was like a fire boy who had to be very careful around water. But what ended up happening in the dream was that it suddenly started raining. And it took out his fire, which meant it kind of killed him. And Pikul was really distraught because she didn't realize until after he was gone, or until the moment that he was gone, that she was like, she wanted him back no matter what. And when he did come back in my dream because of some miracle, you know, I don't know, when he finally did reemerge or reignite, she held him tight, professed her love to him, and that's when her heart actually melted into what it is today. Which is her being in love with Eliseo. And you know, this was a little bit of a hard thing to have, because because having characters with chemistry is really important to like it, you have to buy into it in order to sell it, right? So with Yuhei and Impossible Girl, as soon as I drew them, I couldn't keep them apart. I just knew they had to be together. I was like, you know what? Something about them makes it inseparable. And originally I wanted Yuhei and Pikul to be dating, but there was always something blocking me. And somehow this pairing won out in the end. So I'm like, okay, Pikul needs a man. Not that a girl should need any man, or in this case, you know, a woman shouldn't need a man, but fuck, I'm drawing a comic about love, you know, like everybody's hooking up with somebody, so Pikul has to have a half. And when I conceptualized Eliseo, it was a little bit hard to not force them to be together, but to find out what could I do to make it so that they could be together. And this dream was the breakthrough. And now I see it. They're now my OTP. They are the reason why I'm excited to flesh out Beyond Boy. I had thought recently about what it would be like if I just started pumping out YouTube videos. And I used Tenshi instead to do that for me. Technically I have another character who's also like an online vlogger type personality, but it's supposed to be Nico. This is Nico. But freaking in my original line of thinking, she doesn't show up until like literally 5-6 characters down. So, like, the first person I immediately think of to take over is Tenshi. So I'm like, okay, fuck it. Tenshi won out in this one. But ideally, Nico would also be doing the same thing. Here's Eliseo going to class, taking notes, being late. And this is the last page. This is the one page I'm really proud of. Like, everything that accumulated in here is like represented in this last page, and let me tell you why. Because I also had a hard time figuring out Yuhei's story, but the more I drew him, I realized that I have the ability to have an aesthetic, and this is what it is, right? It just boils down to this little doodle. This proves to myself that I have something going for me. And this doodle proves that as well. These ones kind of. But it's like, the story is going to develop when I truly enjoy drawing these people, these characters. And so, you know, when I When I just look at this page, I'm just like, damn. When my comic comes out, it's gonna have to have this vibe to it. Like, it's gonna have to feel like this. You probably don't understand what I'm talking about, but to me, I get what I'm trying to put out there. Like my heart, my soul into a story with characters, just like anybody else, just like any other fucking artist comic out there. And this is Yuhei playing the harmonica. If that looks weird to you, that's him playing the harmonica. And yeah, that's the end of my comic tour. Sorry, this is not. This is my sketchbook tour. Yeah. This doesn't look like a lot. I guess I'm just gonna reiterate that I'm keeping these sites blank on purpose so that I can fill out, or that I can break down what the information is here, so that, you know, imagine having filled out, you know, like the other half. It would just be too much information, like twice. And because I would have like information overload, like how am I supposed to treat this resource later? Right? Like, I can't just fill out the other half and then put it in my shelf and then forget about it. This is still a work in progress, and I need room to be able to dissect what it is I planted here. On that note, I'll leave you with my favorite spread, right? I had a favorite spread. Shit. Actually, I don't remember which one I just said it was. They're all good, right? Because, dude, this is nice. I would zoom in on Yuhei, but it's pretty small. I'll just leave it at this. Yeah, this is one of the more cleaner pages. All right. Well, thanks for sticking around. My next little sketchbook is already in my wallet. I already started drawing in it today. Basically gonna do the same thing. And actually, not the same thing. I'm gonna try to flesh out the other characters, right? Because this sketchbook included Yuhei, Pikul, Impossible Girl. Like these four characters got some shine, and a little bit of every boy, honestly. But yeah, the next sketchbook, I'm gonna try to draw the characters I did not get to go into depth here. All right, bye.